Right now at 10, La Crosse's housing shortage could see improvement if a accessory dwelling unit ordinance passes.
And Juneau County officers are treating the death of a man found in a trailhead parking lot as suspicious.
Plus, the La Crosse County Board wants to improve interactions between officers and those suffering from a mental health crisis.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
We begin with breaking news tonight, a situation developing just within the last half hour. There is a massive police presence on La Crosse's Farnham Street on the south side. Now, our team in the area saw numerous police near the intersection with West Avenue. We also saw police with assault-style rifles standing guard in the streets. One officer waved off our vehicle as we are approaching Farnham from West Avenue. Now, La Crosse City Police could not confirm details on the phone with us, but did say their command staff is all busy at the moment. I asked dispatch if there is a risk to public safety right now and was told we would get a call back as soon as they can.
The owner of an Eau Claire cosmetic service business is in custody after being accused of sexual assault by his clients. 40-year-old Christopher J. Devlin is the owner of Renew Aesthetics in Eau Claire. Devlin's clients have accused him of sexually assaulting them, as well as taking inappropriate photos of sensitive areas at his business. Yesterday, Devlin was arrested after police searched his property.
I think anybody would feel that you have a trusted medical professional. You trust that the services that they are providing are necessary, appropriate, and all the while you're being victimized and for his own personal sexual gratification. It's reprehensible. We have zero tolerance or patience for that type of behavior.
The Eau Claire County District Attorney's Office charged Devlin with 1 count of second-degree sexual assault, 3 counts of fourth-degree sexual assault, and 2 counts of capture of representations depicting nudity. Devlin has declined to speak with investigators.
A DeSoto man is in custody after allegedly stealing 3 cars in 3 hours. The Vernon County Sheriff's Office says 26-year-old Colton Frazier was arrested yesterday evening. He's accused of stealing an SUV and 2 pickup trucks. Sheriff Roy Torgerson says the vehicles were all recovered shortly after they were stolen, though 2 of them were found with minor damages. Frazier is currently out of jail on a $5,000 signature bond, and his next court appearance is in early February.
Officials in Juneau County are treating a death at the Oak Ridge Trail in Mauston as suspicious. According to a release, a man's body was discovered on County Highway M at the Oak Ridge Trail parking area this morning. Authorities have closed a portion of the highway where the body was found. It will remain closed until the investigation is complete. Juneau County says this is an isolated incident and there is no danger to the public.
La Crosse residents won't be on the hook for the city's emergency warming shelter. That's according to La Crosse's Homeless Services Coordinator. Brian Sampson says the city has thousands of dollars left over from Gunderson and Mayo Clinic Health Systems. Both organizations donated last year to cover the cost of running a shelter at the city-owned Southside Neighborhood Center. This year's shelter at 621 3rd Street has opened several days this week, and the city is confident it can open as many days as Mother Nature requires.
At this time, the criteria is if it reaches -18, feels like temperature. So that's based off of National Weather Service. We're having conversations as well with the health systems about should we be looking at a different criteria, but for now, that's what we're basing it off of.
Sampson says city officials are also getting feedback from those using the shelter about what they need or would like to see. He adds the hope with the city and county's Pathways Home Plan is that more long-term housing solutions will eventually eliminate the need for these short-term emergency shelters.
Well, we are still under a wind chill advisory, so that means it's going to be a frigid Friday tomorrow, especially during our morning commute. Let's send it over to Greg for the latest.
Yeah, we're having another blast of Arctic air coming behind the snow that we saw. For most areas, saw that little bit of light snow that continues for some. Others didn't see anything right now. You can see still some of the cameras out to the west. Minnesota I-90 have seen some visibility restrictions. You can actually see the snow in one of those cameras. And La Crosse has had a little bit of that light snow. Dubuque, down Port Prairie, Deschene is starting to see it break up a little bit, but they've also continued continue to see it, where some of those areas have picked up maybe around an inch to an inch and a half of this light fluffy snow. And you can see in the backside is just beginning to approach the area as we kind of zoom in right there. So it's just maybe about another hour till we're going to see some of this begin to push off to the east, and then we'll see some clearing skies. As you look at the future tracking, you can kind of beginning to see clearing skies as we go past midnight. That's when things will change for what you're going to wake up in the morning. It's going to be the wind chills. You notice there, 15 to 20 below. It definitely will feel much colder than we've had for probably this morning hour. And as we look at Eau Claire, same story. The wind chill will be the story. Partly sunny skies to start off, probably more clouds in the afternoon. So you'll definitely need the coffee, the warm stuff for tomorrow. We have cold conditions for Saturday, but then changes come for the late second half of the weekend. And especially it's going to be a different story as we go to next week. And I'll break all that down a bit later.
All right, sounds like a plan. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
La Crosse's housing shortage could be on the mend thanks to what is known as accessible dwelling units. And tonight, the Planning and Development Department for the city held a meeting letting folks know what exactly is in the proposed ordinance that would, in part, combat the housing crisis.
News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall was at the meeting and has more on what this means for the community. Jeremy?
Ken and Emily, some may call it a granny home or a mother-in-law's house, but these buildings are causing the conversation. Officially known as accessible dwelling units, they are buildings built on someone's property expected for single families. And tonight, that ordinance you just mentioned was open to the public, and I was there to get some residents' responses.
Bitter cold did not stop folks from stopping by Myrick Park's Nature Center to learn about accessible dwelling units.
We're seeing it as an option that other communities are embracing, so we're looking at seeing how it'll work in La Crosse.
If passed by the Common Council, the units will be allowed in zones R1, R2, R3, R4, and Washburn 4.
It's also a way to add more housing without significantly changing what neighborhoods look like. It's adding to the rear yard. It's the street frontage is not changing.
The draft ordinance also states they must be no more than 17 feet high, 900 square feet, meet applicable codes, and not require any additional parking. Residents, including Bill Harnden, live in one of the proposed zones. He feels if passed, the accessible dwelling units will create issues.
It encompasses all of La Crosse and disrupts the integrity of R1.
If the Common Council approves them, La Crosse will join other local cities, including Onalaska, and allow them on residents' properties.
And the Common Council will vote on accessibility dwelling units on February 8th. Ken and Emily?
All right, Jeremy, thanks very much. Tonight, the La Crosse County Board passed a grant aimed at providing the best help to those struggling with their mental health. For the last year and a half, the city's police department has partnered with the county's Mental Health Crisis Division. Mental health crisis specialists ride along with officers to make sure people going through a crisis can receive an appropriate intervention. Their goal is to divert people away from hospitals and jails and provide them the care that's best for their situation.
So we're able to keep people in their homes and get them coordinated with care the next day. Most of mental illness is treated in the community.
The Connect and Protect grant will provide another response team to the area, allowing a mental health expert to be with an officer from 11 in the morning to 9 at night.
Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin is introducing a bill to stop the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. The Stop Fentanyl at the Border Act pushes for more staffing and non-intrusive X-ray technology at the U.S.-Mexico border. Baldwin says the southern border is the most common way for the deadly substance to be smuggled into America. Even though Wisconsin is not a border state, Baldwin says we can still feel the effects.
So by way of example, somebody has ordered pills or a pill for something completely different. And then they're getting something from the Mexican cartels that are laced with fentanyl. In 2022, there were over 1,400 Wisconsinites who died due to overdose.
Baldwin says this is the first of many measures she's pushing for involving this issue.
Throughout Wisconsin, many child care providers faced closure due to the Child Care Counts program nearly coming to an end. Wasn't until Governor Evers provided about $170 million in FEMA money to keep it running.
Evers today stopped by a child care provider in Eau Claire after it received a grant to help keep it open. News 8 Now's Michael Germain was in Eau Claire this afternoon and has the details. Good evening, Michael.
Ken and Emily, the Look at Me Learning Center in Eau Claire has received $296,000 in child care counts funding since March of 2020. Child care providers throughout the state of Wisconsin have been on thin margins throughout the past few years. Providers have struggled to provide wages to their employees while covering expenses as well. The Child Care Counts program was created to help stabilize the child care industry.
Financing these operations is just, it breaks my heart, frankly, that we continue to be able to not convince people of the importance of early childhood.
I spoke with the owner of the Look at Me Learning Center, who says there was a time where she thought the center would go out of business.
We went from having a license of 50 children down to 30. And now we're just starting to catch up and hopefully be able to build back up to that 50.
Evers emphasized the importance of having a strong child care system in place, because with a lack of funding, most providers could see an end to their business.
I asked the owner what happens if nothing happens, and she will eventually go out of business unless get some sort of help.
Govin said she wants to bring in high school students to assist with early child care. She also adds she would like to build from within her business in order to support incoming children who need a strong provider.
Michael Germain, thanks very much. Congress has voted to avoid a partial government shutdown.
But they're still working on a long-term spending plan. More info when we come back.
When the insurance company sees Bygoff and Rohde on the other side, they know they're in for a fight. It's your life, but it's our fight. And they know that if they're not being fair with us, they will find themselves in court, and that's how Bygoff and Rohde gets results for its clients.
Earn now, spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days. Now through the end of January, Rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 spent in store to redeem later just like cash. Start earning on 40-pound bags of wood fuel pellets, $4.99. Rewards members pay just $4.79. New Blaine's brand washer fluid, $2.49 a gallon for Rewards members. Plus, Chick Days are coming. Order yours in-store or online. Earn Blaine's Bucks now to spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days.
It's the big game.
And the big game sale here at Carl's. Save up to 45% on major appliances. Buy any LG 4-piece kitchen package, get up to $500 back plus a free 55-inch TV. Save with exclusive Carl's rebates. Get free dishwasher installation. Save up to 80% on fireplace stands. Save up to $700 on Serta iComfort Eco mattresses. All LG and Samsung TVs are on sale too. Don't miss the big game and the big game sale.
Carl's Air Servicing Dealer since 1956.
If you've been in a serious accident, you need a serious legal team. Bygoff and Rohde is the Western Wisconsin powerhouse. Attorneys who won't settle for less than you deserve. Call Bygoff and Rohde.
Congress has voted to avoid a partial government shutdown that was set to take effect at 12:01 a.m. Saturday morning.
But the reprieve is only temporary, and there is still work to do to come to an agreement on a long-term spending plan. Skylar Henry has more details from Capitol Hill.
The House and Senate have passed a short-term spending bill, which will keep the government open for the next 2 months.
Because both sides have worked together, the government will stay open. Services will not be disrupted. We will avoid a needless disaster.
Some on the right voted against the short-term plan, meaning House Speaker Mike Johnson needed help from House Democrats to pass the bill.
We're going to fund those open borders. We're going to fund the United Nations. We're going to fund the World Health Organization. We're going to fund UNRWA to give money to the Palestinians that gets to Hamas. And we're going to go campaign against those things, but we're going to fund them.
Passing the short-term bill gives Democrat and Republican negotiators more time to work on the bigger spending bill, which includes strengthening border security in exchange for more aid for Israel and Ukraine.
I'm engaged right now 24/7 in trying to land the border provisions of the agreement.
Some House Republicans are strongly resisting aid for Ukraine, but other GOP members say it's critical.
This is about ending Putin. And everybody needs to understand if we don't, those who choose not to
home what I think will be the worst decision that they've made in their lives.
Lawmakers rushed to pass the bill before another snowstorm hits the nation's capital. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, don't go anywhere. We'll have our full weather forecast from Greg Barnhart right after this.
There are many reasons to join the Y. Building endurance, losing weight, strengthening your heart. When you join the Y, you're committing to more than simply becoming healthier. You're supporting the values and programs that strengthen community. Join the Y today.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Who wants free furniture? This month only, one lucky Wesco shopper will have their entire furniture order refunded. That's right, get your entire furniture order refunded. Will it be you? Plus, everyone gets up to 20% off in select departments store-wide. Did I mention free furniture? This month only, one lucky Wesco shopper will have their entire furniture order refunded. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
How will you reward yourself with the benefits you'll get from Riverbank's Rewards Checking? A morning pick-me-up, a leisurely round, a special dinner, or an evening pause. This checking account comes with 3.04 annual percentage yield. There's also a refund for foreign ATM transaction fees. Stop in to one of the convenient locations or visit online to learn more about Riverbank's Rewards Checking. Riverbank, local banking made simple. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Become a better you with the help and support of the Y. Join us for Interval Zone, a high-intensity interval class to give you a total body workout. Try small group training and work out with a few friends. You can be stronger and living better through the help of the Y.
The Board Store Home Improvements. Everyday low prices on bathroom remodels for seniors and families. Contact us today for a prompt free estimate.
Yeah, we're still dealing with the snow, but it's beginning to taper off here. It's beginning to push east of the area. But right now you can see the blue is partially covered roads. So mainly in southwest Wisconsin. And there are some roads to the west, too, that go across that we're seeing some partially covered snow with the snow. But it is beginning to end, as you notice, out to the west. Still some visibility issues, 1 to 2 miles. So maybe about another 2 hours, and most of it will push east. Then we're going to see clearing skies overnight. Temperatures will begin to fall as the cold air, Arctic air behind this begins to really push or dig south into the area. So you'll wake up with temperatures probably just below 0, and then on and off cloud cover tomorrow. That won't be quite the story. We'll see temperatures struggling to get up to about the middle single digits, about 5 or 6 degrees colder than we were today for Thursday. And then towards the afternoon, we might even see a few showers up to the north of Ladysmith. That's from Lake Superior for the lake effect snow. Maybe a few flurries elsewhere throughout the afternoon and evening. Once again, it's going to be a chilly Friday evening as we go through because we're going to deal with wind chill along with the cold temperatures beginning. And that's what the wind chill advisory is going into effect midnight tonight through 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Once again, negative 25, potentially even more. And then once we get through the daytime Friday, we'll see some improvement. If we time out the wind chills right now, we're expecting to be right around that 15 to 25 as you wake up. And then throughout the day, we'll probably be negative 10 to maybe 15 during the afternoon hours. And then towards Friday evening and Friday night, that's when it actually could drop even more because the temperature will probably fall more because we'll have clearing skies. Maybe not quite the strongest winds, but we're looking at potentially 25 to 30 waking up for Saturday morning. So we could see another wind chill advisory go into effect for that time period. And then throughout Saturday, it's still going to be cold, but maybe not quite as cold, setting up maybe one last final day of seeing some cold, low wind chills Sunday morning. After that, the pattern begins to change. We turn all the flow around to the southwest. So we're going to see systems come that direction. We have a couple of them in mind, but there's still a lot of questions about the path and the evolution of these systems as they push up. So right now, we got one, and then potentially towards the end of the week, another one comes up towards this Wednesday, Thursday potential area. So as we look at next week, there are going to be several systems. Temperatures are going to be near or above freezing, which makes precipitation quite a bit of challenge to determine on what it's going to be like. So we could see all of it. Fog definitely possible. All this added moisture and warmth on top of a snowpack is going to give us some potential for that. And then we're keeping an eye. Right now it looks like Monday night into Tuesday could be the impact that we're keeping an eye on right now, the best chance for precipitation if the track stays. So pay attention as we go through the weekend, and we'll update you on what's going to go on with that. And I did mention precipitation type. When I talk about that, I mean in everything that's potential like next week. We could have rain, freezing rain, sleet, or even snow depending on the track of these systems. So stay tuned. Once again, it could be messy. It's going to be warmer, but the temperatures and everything else, we could see some rain, snow, or anything in between. So, but tonight, the snow comes to an end. The wind chills drop and the temperatures fall to the single digits below as we start seeing a little bit of clearing skies. Tomorrow, cloud cover off and on. Temperatures about 6 to 7 degrees colder than what we had today, with the wind chills then being the factor of getting down to maybe minus 20 in the afternoon. A few flakes of snow possible once again, but it's going to be a bitterly cold day, and that bitterly cold conditions will continue on Saturday as we see temperatures potentially get into the teens below zero, with maybe some wind chills down below 25 to 30. Another chilly morning for Sunday, but then everything turns around for the second half of Sunday. As you see, high of 20 on Sunday, the low that night may not get much lower than the actual high temperature. And then next week could be just a mess going on. We'll have to keep an eye on systems. Right now, Monday night looks interesting. But by all that, it's 38 degrees and damp conditions. So 38 with sun is a lot different than 38 with cloud and damp conditions. So it may not feel as warm as what those temperatures look like. But we'll update on the track of all that because there's a lot of changes that could be going on next week. But no more zeros, no more minuses, no more wind chills.
Okay.
For right now.
For a little bit, yeah.
Thanks, Craig.
All right, thank you.
Coming up next in sports, the Eagles hitting the mat over at Mitchell Hall tonight, plus one of our biggest rivalries adding another chapter tonight in Bangor, Cardinals hosting rival Cashton. Rob is up next.
You live a life on demand. Movies, shows, and more. Your local news, weather, and sports shouldn't be different. The 8000 Plus app is the free streaming option, giving you everything local on your time. If you have one of these, you can get this.
Have your own 5-star experience at Dahl Auto.
It's the January clearance event at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Big savings on some of the best brands in furniture. We're clearing our showrooms to make way for fresh new introductions, with hundreds of items reduced to their lowest prices ever. Dining rooms and bedrooms from Daniel's Amish and Canal Dover. Sofas and sectionals from Flex Steel and Smith Brothers. And dining by Canadel. Plus the area's best selection of top grain leather from Stressless, Palliser, and Lazy Boy. It's happening now during the January clearance event at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
PB&J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
2 words, Bangor, Cashton. It's one of the biggest rivalries in our area. Cardinals and Eagles renewing that rivalry on the hardwood. Conference clash tonight in Bangor. Students were pumped, cashed in 12-0 on the season. Cardinals undefeated so far in conference play. Eagles come out soaring in the first half. Connor Butzler connects on the corner three, cashing out in front. And the visitors running away with this one early on. Brett Hemmersbach ahead of the pack. The senior lays it in. Eagles jump out to a 16-point lead. Cardinals trying to claw back. Chase Horseman count it +1. Bangor cuts it to 11. But on the other end, Noah Hemmersbach starts heating up. The senior splashes home the three, cashing up double digits at the break, and the Eagles keeping their foot on the gas in the second half. Hooping the harm for Ben Grandel. Timeout Cardinals. Cashton can taste it up 12. Eagles not letting up. Butzler, great find down low to Grandel. Another three-point play for the senior. Cashing up 21. And check this out. Butzler behind the head. No look to Brett for the bucket. All Eagles in this one tonight. And for the first time since 2009, Cashton takes down rival Bangor on the hardwood 75-53. Let's hit the ice. Aquinas Holman hosting West Salem at the Omni Center tonight. Picking up action in the first period. Avs on the power play. Owen Hone gets a hold of it. Rips it top shelf for the first goal of the night. Avalanche go on top. Into the second period now. More from the home team. Jack Barth open in the slot. Puts it away like it's nothing. Avalanche in control. Minutes later, the captain, Calvin Gilbertson, sneaks it through the 5-hole for his 100th point. Aquinas Holman goes up 3-0. And then later, more from the Avs. This time, it's Jax Hendrickson from the blue line. That's going to make it 4 unanswered goals for Aquinas Holman. Avalanche cruise to the win, 5-0 the final. Holman Wrestling hosting Sparta and Lacrosse for a triangular tonight. Starting the action at 1:44. Vikings starting off in dominating fashion. They collect 5. That's right, 5 pins in a row. They race out to a big lead. Jump to 285. Sparta's Caden Zwiffel getting 6 points of his own. He collects a first period pin, getting the Spartans on the board. What a battle at 113. Brock Needham collecting a takedown. Every point matters as he wins 9-8. Holman wins it 57-16. They also beat Lacrosse 57-16. How about some college wrestling? 10th ranked UW Whitewater visiting 3rd ranked UW Lacrosse starting at 133. UW Whitewater's John Fortugno collecting a takedown on his way to a decision victory. Warhawks lead 7-0. Jump to 141. UWL Sam Lorenz collecting a takedown. Goes on to get the decision win. Eagles trail by 4. 149 now. Tyler Goebel collects a big 3 points on his way to decision win. Eagles now only down 1. Top wrestler at 157. UWL's Nolan Hurdle getting a takedown. Major decision. That gives them the lead. Eagles go up by 3. 165. Tate Fleggy. That name sounds familiar. Pulling away late. Collects a major decision. Home team up 7. UWL goes on to win it 29-7. They're still perfect in the WIAC. They can't celebrate too long, though. Second-ranked Augsburg visits Lacrosse on Saturday. Let's go back. I got to mention the Cashton Eagles.
Yeah.
What a win. 15 years. My buddy Chance is a little upset. Big Cashton guy, but his record means nothing now.
Suddenly less of a celebrity than Cashton.
Exactly.
Rob, thanks.
Yep.
Okay, more news after this.
Whether you have a design emergency or just want to shop the best furniture showroom in the area, the January clearance sale at International Furniture is the best time to buy high-quality furniture with savings up to 70% off retail price on select floor samples. International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
Save big this Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Pepsi products, 6-pack mini cans or bottles, just $2.99 each when you buy 4. Jack's Pizza is just $2.48. Get General Mills cereal like Cheerios for just $1.99. Tostitos, just $2.99. Hy-Vee bacon is just $2.99. And Prego Italian sauce is only $1.48. Get these great deals and more Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Okay, so I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get any phone for free. Seriously, wow.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
I know it's not my business, but I just had to tell you.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
Yeah, maybe we should all keep this to ourselves. No selfies.
Excuse me, it's work. Talk to me.
What a boss.
Get any phone free when you switch to US Cellular. US Cellular, built for us.
With 6 crunchy beef tacos plus a pound of potato olays, our 6-pack in a pound is perfect for date night, movie night, 1,000-piece puzzle night, camping, tailgates, or any day that ends in Y. Get $2 off the 6-pack in a pound, only from Taco John's.
In America, every day can be an adventure. That's why we created the Ford Explorer, an SUV for adventures big and small. It's designed to see what you can't with an available 360-degree camera and voice-activated Sync 3 to stay connected. Plus, it's the all-time best-selling SUV in America. Be adventure ready with Ford Explorer. Now, get a new 2023 Ford Explorer with 1.9% financing for 66 months, plus $3,000 flex by cash. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Whether you have a design emergency or just want to shop the best furniture showroom in the area, the January clearance sale at International Furniture is the best time to buy high-quality furniture with savings up to 70% off retail price on select floor samples. International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A La Crosse County woman spreads positivity across the country with the help of some crochet hooks.
And now she's getting recognition from the state capitol. Representative Steve Doyle nominated Kathleen Jensen as a 2024 hometown hero during today's state assembly session. As we've previously shown you, Jensen overcame a dark time in her life and now crochets hearts with positive messages for suicide prevention. In a statement, Jensen said she hopes her project causes a ripple effect of kindness to help someone feel loved and valued. We'll have a link to the Little Heart Project on our website. A final check of your forecast is next.
Telling the stories of our community. We're always on and where you can find us. News 8 Now. Expect more.
Hardee's Double Deals start at $2.99. Choose a double cheeseburger, bacon double cheeseburger, or new barbecue bacon double cheeseburger. $2.99 never looked so good. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Ashley's New Year's sale is extended. It's your last chance to shop Hot Buys for every room of your home. And right now you can shop new collections with 0% interest through January 2029 in-store only. Celebrate and save today. Only at Ashley.
Earn now, spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days. Now through the end of January, Rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 spent in store to redeem later just like cash. Start earning now on new resealable deluxe mixed nuts or whole cashews, $17.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. And 20-pound bags of Blaine's brand Easy Scoop Cat Litter, 2 for $14. Earn Blaine's Bucks now to spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days.
They say post it or it didn't happen. But out here, in the places we were made for, you'll have to take our word for it. Find somewhere the internet's never been. With a family of Broncos designed to get you there.
Get 1.9 financing for 66 months plus $2,000 flex by cash on Bronco Sport. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Hey man, thanks for holding my beer.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks guys. I'll be here all night. See that?
What?
Hey, what's up? Not much.
I'm gonna need another beer. I swear, you're everywhere.
Yeah, man, I've been busy.
Ashley's New Year's mattress sale is extended with 0% interest through January 2029 on in-store mattress purchases. Get 50% off select Sealy mattresses or 25% off select Ashley Sleep mattresses. Only at Ashley.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
With us at the top of the hour, there is a massive police presence on La Crosse's Farnham Street near West Ave. Our team at the top of the hour saw numerous police cars, including a SWAT unit, and we also saw Tri-State Ambulance heading to the area. We even saw police with assault-style rifles standing guard in the street. They waved off our car. La Crosse City Police could not confirm details, but they did say their command staff remains all busy. We asked dispatch if there is a risk to public safety at this point and was told we would get a call back.
All right, with the snow, we're seeing the back edge now is past La Crosse. You have Viroqua, areas to Richland Center, Prairie du Chien. Probably got about another hour left to go with the snow. Just some light snow. Otherwise, tomorrow morning, it's the wind chill, which is going to be the factor probably at least through 9 a.m. with that wind chill advisory. But we'll still see wind chills throughout the day, and then it really drops off Saturday morning, which could be really cold. But then everything flips the switch as we go to the second half of the weekend and next week.
Quite a temperature incline.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us tonight at 10.
Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.